hands onto the heart. You can put your hands right onto the left side of your chest or center of your chest. Do what feels more comforting to you right now, just to connect inward. Use your own touch to connect to that energy of your heart. You might feel your heart beating. You might connect to the actual organ, your heart, that does so much work for you, pumping your blood, keeping you going day in and day out. And connect to your energetic heart, a heart that gives so much to your loved ones, to your community. And recognize that this practice is for you. It's a great way for you to give back to your own heart, for you to take care of yourself. For our practice today, let's move in a way that nourishes your heart. So everyone will feel this and approach this in a different way. And trust whatever comes. Practicing today to nourish your heart. What does your heart most desire? Let's take another 3 breaths, just sitting and breathing, connecting to the heart. Feeling, what does your heart need? So moving in a way that nourishes your heart today. Open your eyes if they are closed. Release your arms. Take a deep inhale, reaching up, look up, feel that stretch. And exhale, bring your hands right down through heart center. Put the right hand on the left knee, your left hand behind you. Relax your shoulders down. Inhale, lengthen your spine, expand your ribs, and use your exhale to twist any amount more. Inhale again to lengthen. And exhale to twist. And release, come back through center. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. And exhale, bring the left hand to the right knee and your right hand behind you. Shoulders down, lift up through the crown of your head. Use your exhale to twist. And do that again. Inhale. And exhale. And release. Stretch your legs out in front of you. And then just give them a little shake. Maybe you bend the knees. Maybe you want to like tap them into the mat, or just roll out your ankles in both directions. Just feel what feels really good. Maybe that is something that will nurture your heart today. Bring your right foot in for a seated twist. Right hand behind you. Inhale your left arm up. And this time you'll exhale, hugging around the front of the shin. Relax your shoulders down. Take a deep inhale, growing your spine up tall. Use your exhale to twist. And then inhale again. And exhale, twist. Stay on this side. Open up that right knee. So now you've got your right foot into the groin, and go greater than 90 degrees if you have that flexibility. And also maybe you want to be sitting up on a blanket. If you have a tighter hamstring, feel free to do this with the knee bent. And also, if having the leg straight doesn't work, go back to a cross-legged seat. We're going to come into a side bend here. So you'll walk the hand to the inside of the leg. Inhale your right arm up and exhale into a side stretch. Let your head hang and then feel this expanse. This side bend opens up both the left and the right sides of your ribs. And open up your toes, open up your feet so you kind of wake up the muscles of your legs. And then find a comfortable way for your head to be. You can relax your neck. You might even close your eyes. If this feels like a lot, You can even put your hand underneath your head, bending at the left elbow. And then take a load off, just letting yourself arrive inside of your skin. Maybe that's closing your eyes. Maybe you're gonna slightly turn your head to the side or down and feel your breath in your right ribs. Take another 2 breaths, just like that. Take your top arm, reach it up and back behind you and let that arm lift you up. And let's go to the other side. So you'll extend your legs out, bring your left foot in, left hand behind you, seated twist, inhale, right arm up, exhale, hug around the front of the shin. Relax your shoulders down. Inhale, grow your spine up tall. Use your exhale to twist. And then do that again, inhale. And exhale. And release. Open up that knee. Maybe you keep that right leg out and you might remember you can always bend it. You can also sit up on a pillow or a blanket. Walk the right hand down. Inhale your left arm up and exhale. Easing into this side stretch. You can support your head with the bottom hand if that's available to you and feels good, or you can just let the head hang. But just take a load off. You don't need to look up or crane your neck around. Just even closing your eyes here. Find a comfortable way for your neck to receive this next posture as you breathe into the left side ribs. And then take your top arm, use your top arm, lift yourself up, coming up, head's gonna come up last. And come forward to all fours. If you have a hard floor or surface that you're on and you need a little extra padding, please put a blanket underneath your knees. If you ever need to protect your wrists, fists in this position can work really well, or creating a little ramp so that your wrist is a little bit higher than the fingers, and you could do that sliding a towel underneath your mat. And move into cat stretch. So you'll move your spine forward and back. Find any kind of circle of the shoulders or the hips that feels good. Christy, if it's still hard to hear you, something you might try is turning up your volume. Sometimes it's that. I'm not seeing other folks with issues hearing me. I will also try to speak up a little bit. All right. Come to a neutral spine, so you're on all fours, spine is long. Press the shins into the mat, spread your hand bones wide, and turn the index finger, that first finger, point it straight ahead of you. So it's pointing straight up towards the front of the mat. Your hands are shoulder distance apart. Inhale your left arm and your right leg up. Draw your front ribs in and up away from the floor. And as you exhale, bring your elbow to the knee and the knee into the elbow and round your spine. Inhale, reach out. If curling in does not work for you, you can stay here and stabilize, make your spine long and draw your front ribs in. As you exhale, if you're curling, you're gonna curl. We're gonna do 3 of these on each side. Inhale, reach out. And exhale, curl in. As you curl in and exhale, pull the belly in. So you're connecting more deeply into your core abdominal muscles. Bring that hand and shin down and let's go to the other side. Inhale, the right arm and the left leg out. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach out. And exhale, curl in. Bring your hands down, step your right foot forward into a lunge. You might want to put your hands on blocks, or if you're able to come up and put your hands on your hips, do that first. So you're either hands are on blocks and you can stay there. You could join me here. We're going to do some shoulder warm-ups. So take your arms up over your head. And as you exhale, cactus the arms down, and you can sink a little deeper into your lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms facing forward. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades down. If you're on the floor, you can just move your hips forward and back if that feels better. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, shrug the shoulders down. Now put your hands down and step back, bring your left foot forward. And you can join me in the lunge. So again, you can have your hands down on blocks and move forward and back, or you could bring your hands onto your hips or add in some shoulder shrugs. Take a deep inhale with the arms up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, one more time. And exhale. Now put your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Feeling, oh my gosh, that big opening across your back body. Let your head hang, shake your head yes and no. It's fine to stay here with the knees down and walk your hands forward. That's a little puppy dog move if that feels better, or child's pose if that feels best. Reconnect to your breath and to your heart. So the energy of your heart, how's your heart doing? Is your heart really happy in downward facing dog? If you're not happy, your heart isn't feeling it, maybe you need to just take a break and come into child's pose. So you can walk it out if you're in downward dog. You can hang out in child's pose. Anytime you need in your practice, let child's pose be your safe haven to reconnect to you, to take a moment, deepen your breath. Everyone, make your way to a child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch, walk your hands forward, and let your forehead rest on the mat. And breathe into your back body. If this doesn't feel good on your knees, have your butt up in the air, that's cool. Maybe this will feel better today, try that. You could also slide a blanket in between your knees and the shin in the back of the leg. All right, walk your hands in and come on up. As promised, we will do some abdominal strengthening today, a little more than usual. So this is not an actual yoga practice move, but it's very effective at getting you into your core abdominals. So turn around, you'll lay down on your back in constructive rest. Feel right below your belly button and above your pubic bone. This area is the transverse abdominis. It wraps around you like a back brace. It connects to your spine on your back body and comes around the front of your body. I would say this is one of the most important muscles for a safe yoga practice. So we're going to connect to it right now. Clasp your hands behind your head. Inhale your head and shoulder blades up off of the mat. Feel your lower back, connect it down. So it's a little tiny pelvic tilt. Lift your tailbone up and feel your lower back connect down to the mat. As you exhale, lift your left foot up and twist up and over towards the thigh. You're not bringing your thigh in towards your elbows because that would be far too easy. Keep it back here. Send your elbows in that direction. Keep your shoulder blades up off of the mat. And now pull the lower belly down. That whole band, you've got it to work now. Inhale, come back to center. And if it's not quite, you're not quite getting it yet, it will come. If this is really challenging, you're probably doing it right because these are hard. Press the top rim of the sacrum, that's your lower back, into the mat. And then exhale, lift your right foot up. Pull the belly down. Keep the knee right over the hip. So this leg is in 90 degrees and pull the belly down. Rest your head back in your hands. So you're not lifting up or bringing the knee into the chest. That is easier than what I'm asking you to do. Feel the difference. Inhale, come back to center. Press, lower back down, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist up and over to the left thigh and pull the lower belly down. Rest your head in your hands. Inhale, come back to center, press lower back down, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right, pull the belly down. Now, if you have that and it's going really well and you want to move to something that might feel a little more challenging, here's another expression of this. You feel free to stay where we were. Keep the lower back pressing into the mat. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist up and over to the left thigh, and you'll straighten your right leg away from you. Keep the lower back pressing down into the mat. Inhale, come back to center. So we're just adding on if you want to. Go back to the first one if you need to. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist up and over to the right thigh, straighten your left leg, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Feel your lower back. Can you keep it anchored into the mat? If not, put the feet down. Curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the left, straighten your right leg and pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Press top rim of sacrum down. Curl your tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right, straighten the left leg, pull the belly down. We're gonna do one more on each side. You got this. Inhale, press lower back down, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist up and over to the left thigh, straighten the right leg, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center, press the lower back into the mat, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, twist to the right, straighten the left leg, pull the belly down. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Take a little rock side to side. Congratulate yourself for connecting to your transverse abdominis muscle. Let's roll to the side and come on up. So that muscle is very important in supporting the lower back. Let's step up to the front of the mat and we'll move through some sun salutations. If you want, you can pad your knees through this practice. Stand with your feet hip distance apart. Relax your arms by your side. Stand in Tadasana. Take a moment in mountain pose. Feel your connection through your legs down into the earth. Inhale, reach your arms up, extend and lengthen. Exhale, swan dive forward. You can also roll down. Please bend your knees to protect your lower back and your hamstrings. Step your left foot back and put your left knee down. This is Chandra Namaskar. It's a slightly different sun salutation. Inhale, reach the arms up, sometimes called the moon salutation. Hands down, step back to a plank position. Turn on that core abdominal, drawing the stem of the navel back in towards the spine. You can put your knees straight down for a half plank. Lower down to the floor. As you lower, keep your shoulders away from your ears the whole way down. Bring your hands 10 inches forward of your shoulders. Press tops of feet into the mat. Grip the floor. Pull your chest forward and up. Exhale, come on down and head back to downward facing dog. Or you can stay in puppy dog, keep those knees down, or maybe child's pose or cat-cow. We're bringing the left foot forward. Any way you can get it there is great. Use blocks. Put your right knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Right knee back and down to the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hands down. Step back to your plank. Exhale, lower down. Low cobra, inhale. Exhale, back, downward dog. Lunge, right foot forward between your hands, left knee down, inhale. Exhale, hands down, step up to the front of your mat. And inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to your heart. We'll do one more like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Left knee back and down. Inhale. Hands down, step back to plank. Remember, you can always stay on all fours. You can put your knees down, lower down to the floor if it feels good on your body. Low cobra, otherwise stay on all fours. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Right foot forward between, oh, sorry, it's the left foot that comes forward. Bring your left foot forward, right knee down, inhale. And exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of your mat and inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Bend your knees and come into chair pose, Utkatasana. So your feet can be hip distance apart. That might support the lower back the best, or your feet and your knees together. As you sit back into the heels. Bring the weight into your heels. Turn on the strength of your deepest core abdominals, that transverse abdominis that I just talked about. Draw the belly in, lift the sacrum, the lower back up, and you can sit down maybe a little bit deeper. If you connect and you can feel a little more strength, sit back and down. Take another breath here. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale to halfway lift. And then step back to plank. Coming down for Cobra Fujandasana, your hands underneath the shoulders, press tops of feet into the mat, pull your chest forward and up. Exhale, come on down and head back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward between your hands for warrior two. So any way you can get that foot forward, grab it, move it. Warrior two, you got a nice deep bend in your front knee. If your knee is challenged, feel free to be up a little bit out of this. And also you can bend into warrior two and you can straighten it and come back down into it if that supports your knee the best. Everyone, lift and spread your toes. So you wake up the muscles of your legs and your toes. And then put your toes back down, but just feel that aliveness in your legs. Relax your shoulders down. Reverse warrior. Backhand down the back leg. Reach the other arm up and lean on back. You might look down to help relax your neck. To support your lower back, I recommend putting your left hand high up, just above your left butt, right there at the back of your left hip. And then feel into this shape. So wherever you are, let's take a breath here, feeling this shape in your body, smoothing out your breath. And then inhale, come up through warrior two. Exhale, put your right forearm onto your thigh and bring your left arm up and over by your ear for extended side angle, Trikonasana. Smooth out your breathing. Can you feel into that core abdominal muscle? So draw the belly in. It's not about holding or tightness. A strong core is really a connected core. It's not a hard or a tight core. Connected. Turn on that back leg. Lift your left kneecap up. All right, release your hands to the mat. Any way that your body gets there, you're stepping back to all fours or back to a plank position. You can stay in all fours. You can come from plank down for Bhujangasana. Your hands under your shoulders. Grip the floor, pull backwards towards the back of the mat to drag your chest forward and up and press tops of the feet into the mat. Exhale, come on down and back to downward dog. Step your left foot forward for warrior two. And do that same setup. So you've got maybe the heel to the center arch or heel to heel. Lift and spread your toes so you really wake up your legs and feel your strength there. And then you can sit back down into it. And if your knee needs you to come up and out of it, come up and out of it. Smooth out your breath. Strong warriors, I see all of you. Let's go into reverse warrior now. So the back hand down the back leg, or maybe you put it up at the lower back. And you can lean back any amount that feels good to you. So using your hand for support, you might traction in a downward direction as you lift the left rib cage up. Maybe you look back at your back foot. And then deepen your breath, slow everything down. Coming up through warrior two and into Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. Bring right arm up and over by your ear. Be light on that left thigh. Feel the reach through your extended arm, whole right side of your body opening. And bringing your hands down to the mat. Any way you can get there, you step back. And if you can come onto your belly, any way you want to come down, come all the way down onto your belly for Locust pose, Shalabhasana. You'll take your arms by your side with the palms facing upward. Use the strength of the muscles of your spine to lift the feet, the hands, and the heart. So you don't come up very high. You're going for spinal extension. Reach back through the toes and lengthen your chest and collarbones forward. And exhale down and back to downward facing dog. And take a breath here. All right, bring your right foot forward again into warrior two. So here you are in warrior two, straighten your front leg. You might put your hands on your hips and adjust your feet, coming in a little bit closer together for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Reach way out to the right. Keep both legs straight and strong as you can. You can keep a micro bend in your right knee as much as needed. Right hand to the shin or onto a block. Lengthen the right side ribs. Reach the left arm up. You can relax the neck and look down if that feels good. Maybe it feels good to look up. Feel what brings in a sense of nourishment for your heart. Maybe your heart is like, yeah, I want to work really hard. I want to get a good heart rate. I want to feel really alive. Or maybe your heart is like, oh man, this is a lot. I want to take a break. Come into child's pose. You know, you have everything under the sun, every color of the rainbow represented here, your full experience. You get to meet yourself right here where you are. And just your guide, making suggestions. All right, since we turned on our strong core, we're going to practice balancing on one leg. So I recommend you grab a block if you have one. If not, don't worry about it. Maybe you go to a wall or a chair. You're going to come up and balance on your right leg in half moon, Arda Chandrasana. So taking a moment, even if it's just a moment you come up, wow, you celebrate that. If you can take a few moments, wow, you get to celebrate a few moments up here. Finding your strength and your power through that top leg, karate, kick it back, point those toes. Take a deep breath in, feel how powerful and how big you are. This is such a big, big pose. Your energy reaching out in all directions. All right, awesome. Now coming down, guess what? We're gonna come all the way into a lunge with the back knee down. So you're gonna come down, turn and face the mat, put your back knee down, and you'll have to adjust your feet for this transition. So now you're in a lunge with your back knee down. So the opposite. So we were just flying and now we're coming down and really feel your root, feel grounded. Bring your left arm up. Exhale, left elbow to the right thigh. Twisting to your right, your hands together. You can do prayer or fist with a bottom hand like this and a flat hand on top of it. That might feel good to protect your wrist that way. So wherever you are, use your breath to draw yourself around into this twist. So as you inhale your left ribs forward. Exhale, twist any amount more. One more breath, just like that. Release your hands down to the mat. Step back. You have the option to lower down through plank and chaturanga onto your belly, or just come down any way that works, or stay on all fours. Arms by your side. This time, interlace your fingers, clasping the hands together. Lift the feet, lift the hands, lift the heart. Come on up. Feel for lengthening your spine. Feel how much longer every breath you can make your spine into more than extension. And exhale, come on down and back to downward facing dog. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Bring your left foot forward into warrior two. And then straighten the front leg. If you need to adjust your feet, you can bring the back leg in, maybe heel toe it a little bit closer, but you don't have to. This, posture can be done many different ways. Maybe it feels better with your legs really wide, like a warrior pose. Reach way out to the left. Left hand can come onto a block, onto your shin. Make sure the back of your knee, like mine, goes too far. So I have a little bit of a hyperextension. So I want to have a little micro bend in my knee. If that's true for you, feel into that. Everybody press a lot into the ball of your left foot. You can reach your right arm up. Maybe you look up. Maybe that feels delightful to you. Maybe you just want to close your eyes and let your head hang. Maybe that feels delightful. Take a breath here, feeling the shape. Trikonasana. You've got your points of contact with the earth and that strong reach up through your top leg. Top arm. Your paw is up there. All right, half moon, Arda Chandrasana. Turn. You're going to face the floor for a moment. Grab your block, go to a wall, grab onto a chair, whatever you got, steady yourself and lift up, even if it's just for 1 second. Celebrate that you came up and balanced on one leg. It's just an experiment. What does that feel like today? And if it's a no-go, no, you stay down, you come down, and you can stay here, right back here. It's up to you. So feeling what you can do today, got that strong core connection, reach back, fire up through that top leg. And then making your way down. You might put your hands down, put the foot down, bring the knee down, and then face the short edge of your mat and you'll heel toe your left foot to the left. Reach your right arm up, inhale, and exhale, right elbow to left thigh. Fist with a bottom hand, flat hand on top of it. Draw your shoulders down, root down through that back leg, and exhale, twist. Do that again. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist. All right, release. Put your hands down. We're going to come down one more time, down onto the belly. Shalabhasana. Feel the shape laying on your belly. Your arms can be by your side. You can interlace your fingers, or you want to feel this with your arms out to the front of you like you are flying through the air. Lifting up, lift the feet, the arms, look towards the floor so the back of the neck is long. Feel what feels best on your body. Maybe your arms want to go out in an airplane or by your side. Feel free to change it midstream. You're just having some fun flying, reaching the arms in whatever direction they want to be. And then exhale, come on down and head back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and come into warrior one. In warrior one, you'll face that front edge of your mat. All right. Feel your feet. Feel yourself growing some roots right out of your feet, down through the floor into the earth. Feeling this posture, such an open front of your chest where we associate our heart energy moving towards the front. Also feel your heart energy in the back of you. So you're strong and stable, strong spine supporting you. From here, we're coming into warrior 3. You can bring your arms by your sides or out to the sides. Do that to start because we're going to launch onto the right leg and balance. Once you come into the balance, you want to bring your arms in front of you. You could try that. You could move into a wall so that you were starting away from the wall. And as you shift, you touch the wall and you can lift the leg up. That might feel best if you have a challenge in your lower back, use the wall or use a chair. Another thing to do, if you're feeling that this pose, you need a little more balance, try your arms going out to the side. But let this be an experiment, much like a moment ago, you were balancing on your belly. This is the same pose. This is Shalabhasana, locust pose, only now you're balancing on one leg. So feeling into the shape of it and the energy of it. All right, coming back down, touch down in warrior 1. So you move from your warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3, back to 1. Take a breath. And then exhale your hands down. Bring your back knee down. We're headed into Arda Hanumanasana from here. This is a half split. So I recommend patting your back knee and you'll shimmy your front foot forward. Maybe you grab blocks and bow over your front leg. Letting yourself arrive here in this shape. Smooth out your breath. And feel the opening across the back of your heart. And feel if you can just breathe into the back of your heart, allowing your shoulder blades to melt. All right, easing your way out of that, stepping back. Let's revisit locust pose one more time so you can reconnect to it. Locust pose, Shalabhasana. Arms by the side, or maybe you try your arms out. Same position you're going to do in a moment, balancing on one leg. It's a whole heck of a lot easier supported on the earth. So feeling, what are the things that turn on? Your inner legs, your toes reaching back, and your heart reaching forward. All right, come on down and make your way back to downward facing dog. Warrior 1, so you step forward. Warrior 1, facing that short edge of the mat. Feel that broadening and opening across your chest and your heart. And slow, steady breath. Is there some area that's overworking that maybe you can relax a little bit? Like maybe your eyes or the neck or the jaw. So feeling this transition. So we did it the first time and you didn't know where you were going. Now you know where you're going. You're going to do that same pose you just did on the floor, only balancing. And remember, you have options. You can put your hands on the chair, hands on a wall. Yeah, you come up for a second and balance. Wow, you all are so strong. Feel that. So powerful. Beautiful. All right, friends. And it's okay if you wobble, you know. Wobbling is a necessary part of life. You're going to come on down, make your way down, and then hands down, touch down, back to earth. So we're doing a lot of flying and then coming down to earth as well in this sequence that I created. So you get to like fly through the air. Maybe it feels chaotic or wobbly, but then you get to connect to the ground. Or maybe it feels fun and then you get to ground. Whatever it is for you, bowing over your front leg, feeling into the energy of being on the earth And opening up your back body, opening up the back of your heart, receiving your breath, and coming to present moment. Wonderful, friends. Come on up out of that, and you'll head back to downward facing dog. And then walk your hands back to where your feet are. And in your own time, walking the hands back and making your way up to stand. So no rush. You'll come up to stand. And let's come into eagle posture. So we talk about flying. Let's practice the Eagle Garmudasana. Standing on your left leg, and you can always use a wall. You know, you might bend the knees and have your butt on the wall. You could do this pose like this. You could also use a block. So I've got the block to the outside of my left foot. I'm going to take my right leg, wrap it around, and my foot rests on the block. Instantly, I'm super stable. That being said, practice finding stability in the chaos. I mean, right? That's our life right now. Bring your left elbow on top of the right, and just taking a moment to laugh and just feel what you can do today, where you want to be. You get to choose every moment. Squeeze the legs together. Smooth out your breath and soften your gaze. So imagine you're that eagle flying way, way, way above it all. Seeing the overview, having that larger vision. Soften and allow. Yeah. And then letting yourself take flight. And then come back to earth. Find your mountain. Take a breath. Maybe you even connect to your heart, because why not? Yeah. All right, second side. Standing on your right leg, you can use all your tools. Bending the knees, slide your left thigh, wrap it around. Squeeze the legs together. Bring the right elbow on top of the left. Wobbling, it's your body's intelligence. Wobbles are your body figuring it out. That's pretty amazing. Moment to moment, your body's working like a computer to figure this equation out. How do you balance today in this moment? And release. Find your ground. And then make your way down onto your back. Come down to the earth. Lay flat on your back with your knees bent and the feet on the floor. If you want to use a block for bridge, I recommend sliding the block underneath your sacrum for support of your spine. That being said, if you want to use your muscles to support your spine, lift on up. And you can lift up as high up as feels good, no strain though. So when you walk your shoulders under, be gentle. Because you're not walking them so far that then your neck gets tight. Just walk your shoulders a little bit underneath so the shoulders are pressing into the earth. The back of the neck is long and it's fairly free, right? Looking up towards the ceiling. And then smooth out your breath. You can interlace your fingers if there's room for you to do that. If not, the arms by your side or that block underneath, you choose. You got 5 breaths. Can you feel this moment, this position, bridge pose? And connect to your heart. Nourishing your heart with your breath. And slowly begin to lower down. If you're on a block and you're perfectly happy, stay there. If you want to stay extra, if you're ready to come down, come down. Take a moment in constructive rest. Put one hand on your lower belly, one hand on your heart, and feel. So your hands are on 2 powerful wisdom centers. The seat of your gut instinct, your inner knowing, and the seat of your heart and compassion and love, and also inner knowing. Feel your breath in and your breath out and your own touch. And remember, these 2 spots guide you if you're able to listen. And the more we tune to them, the more they speak to us. All right. So once you're fully down on your back and you've connected here to your heart again and your breath, let's move into supine pigeon. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Reach around. You can grab a hold of the back of the thigh or the shin, or you could grab a strap and take that strap all the way around, and you might lasso your foot or the shin. Maybe that feels best to you. Do what feels good, including putting your head on a pillow or a blanket. And just pause. Maybe it's the first moment of your day where you've been fully present with yourself in stillness. Let yourself come back to the breath. If a thought takes you away, come back to the breath right here, right now. Change the cross of your legs. You'll bring your left ankle over your right. Again, use a strap. Reach wherever you can. And smooth out your breath now. Feel the support of the earth underneath you. Slow down your breathing. Release, unwind. Bring your right thigh around your left, and you can shimmy your hips. Put the left foot down and shimmy your hips a little to the right. Then lift the knees up and take your knees to the left, coming into a twist. If this is a lot on your body to have the legs wrapped, just bring the knees together and bring them to the side. That's cool. Always finding your way. And if you're in this twist and it feels good, turn and look to the right. Just taking this twist for you. So maybe that right arm reaches up by your ear. And you can bring your left hand across and put your left hand on your right rib cage and breathe into that hand. Just a way of reminding your body where to breathe. Might be a feeling of grounding. And then release, unwind your legs first, then bring your right leg up, then the left. And then you'll have to shimmy your hips back to center. Wrap the left leg around the right and shimmy the hips more to the left as needed. And then the knees go to the right, same thing, other side. New side though, it's gonna feel different. So you do what this side needs because we're not symmetrical creatures, right? So we have to just meet ourselves, oh, okay, this side feels a little tighter. Right hand, bring it across and breathe into that hand on your rib cage. Touch is the language or one of the languages of the body. And so using touch in your yoga practice, like a moment of hand on your heart or hand on your rib cage, breathing into it, can really help you hone into your inner world. So you can use that anytime. And then unwind your legs first and make your way onto your back. Adjust your hips. And if Happy Baby is a great pose for you and you love it, do Happy Baby. If it's not a great pose and you don't like it, hug your knees into your chest. You could do what I'm doing, just rolling around because that feels good to me right now. You can also have your knees together, put your hands on the tops of your knees and take a little slow, gentle stir of your knees, massaging your sacrum, that last bony part of your spine, into the mat, feeling your breath in and your breath out. And whenever you feel called for your rest, you feel complete, you take rest. And that could be laying in Shavasana on your back with your legs out and your arms by your side. You could lay over a bolster. You could put legs up the wall or your legs on a coffee table or a couch. And you might choose some other shape that feels better to your body today. You could lay on your side. Most importantly, taking this time for you. And we'll be here in silence for several minutes. And I will bring you out of Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. If you feel like resting, stay just as you are. If you feel ready to move, then maybe a stretch or just a wiggle of the fingers and the toes. And just checking in as you move now. Let the movements be organic to you. There's no rush. You can make your way to whatever is a comfortable seat or way for you to complete your practice, including staying on your back or wherever you are and not moving at all. We can feel you. And if you are seated, you might come back to your screen and put your hands again onto your heart. I'm just taking all of you in right now. Yeah. You might bow your head to your own heart. Just recognize that warrior heart of yours that's so resilient. And a lot of gratitude for our community and for this opportunity to practice and for these teachings that I have learned from several teachers connected to teachers in India and other lineages. I'm grateful to offer them to you today as a way of connecting inward and giving back to ourselves and our hearts today. May you be well, may you walk your right road, and may our world be just, and may we play a part in creating freedom for all beings everywhere. Thank you so much for joining me for practice.